Second debate and the second big story of the day. A major controversy has erupted in the hill state of Himachal Pradesh over the delay in salaries of about 15,000 government employees. The BJP has slammed the Sukhu-led Congress government, accusing it of spreading financial turmoil by failing to balance the books between the promises and the delivery. The state, which is primarily dependent on tourism and agriculture as its key source of income, has a widening fiscal deficit and an increased burden of about 800 to 900 crore rupees as the old pension scheme made its return. The state has also accumulated a whopping debt of about 75,000 crore rupees in 2022-23, which is likely to rise to about 83,000 crore rupees if you look at the government numbers, and these are government statistics. Out of this, the total debt, about 11,000 crore rupees, is the arrears of salaries, dearness allowance, pensions that need to be paid. Welfare state is indeed the promise of Indian democracy, but where does one draw the line between the so-called freebies versus the welfare measures? Are political parties making such promises at the cost of fiscal prudence? That's the key question we ask. And let me also take this question to our guests who are with us on the broadcast tonight. But through the day, we had political statements coming in on this. First, the story so far.
पेंशन और सैलरी की राह में आज 14 तारीख हो गई है और पेंशन और सैलरी का कोई अता पता नहीं है। बड़े दुख की बात है।
वर्तमान जो फाइनेंशियल जो स्थिति है, जो क्राइसिस आया है, उसके लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ साथ में कांग्रेस सरकार वो जिम्मेवार है।
शायद उनकी गारंटी में पेंशनर्स को पेंशन देना और सरकारी कर्मचारियों को उनका वेज देना, अब ये कहेंगे हमारी गारंटी में नहीं।
HRTC की व्यवस्था आपको मालूम है कि 144 करोड़ रुपए का खर्चा है पर मंथ और इनकम 65 करोड़ है।
फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन है जो पिछली सरकार से एक बहुत बड़ा कर्जा 75,000 करोड़ का या 11,000 करोड़ रुपए की जो लाइबिलिटीज मिली है, उसके बावजूद ये सारी चीजें एक चैलेंज तो प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट के सामने है।
All right, let's take this debate to our guests who are with us on the broadcast. Good politics but bad economics for the state. Shehzad Poonawalla, the national spokesperson of the BJP. Sujata Paul, who is the spokesperson of the Indian National Congress. Thank you both for joining us on the broadcast. Sujata ji, first to you. The state of Himachal Pradesh right now is facing an economic situation, a crunch of sorts. And if you look, the total liabilities, debt versus the GSDP, the state is not faring very well. About 800 to 900 crore rupees of additional burden because of the old pension scheme. Did the Congress party really think, or where will it really get all the means if you wanted to give a benefit of this nature, ma'am?
First of all, whenever there is something which is socially desirable, it should always overtake what is financially viable, because resources need to be found, because people are paying taxes, period. This is a welfare state. The old pension scheme is obviously going to be on target, but let me also tell you that you did not put out the tweet of Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, which he has put out at 9:23 p.m. today. Okay. And I quote him from that tweet where he says, and I quote, "All government employees of Himachal Pradesh are getting paid on time as per the schedule. A manipulated campaign is being run from Delhi to malign the image of Himachal Pradesh. No media, news channel in Himachal is aware of any such developments. Wonder who's spreading these rumors in Delhi," unquote. And I do understand who is spreading these rumors, because when it comes to the government of India, they'll talk about giving free rations and the country being a welfare state. But when the country has a federal structure and the states come up with their own schemes, this government will definitely have a problem, because Jairam Thakur has been a failure. He is the one who has brought so much of debt to Himachal Pradesh. So let's be very clear about it, that it is about a vision that that INC has for the country. And that is that if people are paying taxes, we have to provide for them, whether it is infrastructure, opportunities in terms of jobs, development, in such a manner that they become self-reliant. How do we do that? This is the way to do it. And we gradually brought people, 27 crore people, out of the poverty line during the UPA rule.
Sticking to the state of Himachal Pradesh. Sticking to the state of Himachal Pradesh, Shehzad, there are similar welfare schemes that various BJP ruled states and the BJP government, the Modi government at the centre has also announced. And that's not freebie, that's welfare politics.
Let me start by placing a few facts, and just like I heard the other speaker patiently, I hope I won't be interrupted. I am certainly sharing the view that the move to bring in OPS is absurd and recipe for financial bankruptcy. Spoken by Montek Singh Ahluwalia. When Himachal Pradesh government left in Congress party government left in 2017, growth of loans 67%. When Jairam Thakurji left, it was growth of loans 30%. GSDP during Congress party in 2017, 1.3 lakh crore. We left the GSDP at 1.9 lakh crore. The debt of Himachal Pradesh when they left it, 50,000 crores plus. When we left it, it increased by about 13 to 14,000 crores. So therefore the question is, who's driving Himachal to bankruptcy? Just like a government in Sri Lanka drove Sri Lanka to bankruptcy, the party that believes in freebie first, family first and corruption first is making Sri Lanka out of every state that they capture. Listen what they've done. In Karnataka, they've made promises which will cost the taxpayer 62,000 crores per year, and therefore they can't fulfill it. So what do? Instead of giving free electricity, they increase the prices of electricity by 2.89 for Bescom and 70 paise across the board. In Himachal too, they promised 300 units free. How many units free were given to any household? No, they increased it by 22 paise. By the way, how many women got 1,500 rupees that they were going to be given? None. Therefore, this OPS scheme is driving every state to bankruptcy. Let me tell you what the RBI has said. The RBI has said that Rajasthan, Bihar, Kerala, Punjab and West Bengal are the most stressed states. Their debt to GDP ratio, by the way, exceeds 35%. Punjab is going to go to 45%, which also could not pay salaries. And by the way, let me show you another statement. I started off by Mr. Montek Ahluwalia. Here is Mr. Chidambaram. Chidambaram ji says, and this was at your previous channel, Anusha, P. Chidambaram says, Modi government did a fantastic job in maintaining fiscal deficit. You know why? Because when they left it, it was 4.8, 5.9, 4.9, and we brought it down to 4.5, 4.1, 3.9, 3.5. This is, and then even during the pandemic, we held it, and now it is at an acceptable rate, which the RBI said. This is the difference. The Congress will drive the state to bankruptcy. We increase the GDP. Therefore, the GDP of the country has gone from $2 trillion to $3.75 trillion. It's gone from 11th position to 5th position. The per capita income of the people of this country has doubled. Sujata ji, you do not have that track record.
While I'm not saying that going back to the old pension scheme is quote-unquote some kind of a freebie, it might be a well-intended welfare measure that the Congress party wanted to take. But when any responsible political party makes a poll promise, there are numbers, finances, sources of revenue that need to be worked out. A well-developing state like Karnataka may still be able to bear the burden with a double-digit growth in a sector like a services sector. But a state like Himachal Pradesh is dependent on very traditional sources, horticulture, agriculture, tourism. From where will it get the extra money? About 800 to 900 crore rupees.
You know, I'm really amused by this analysis of yours, because the neighboring state of Uttarakhand, from where I come, is seeing a rise in their debt, and it is the BJP government which has been there for such a long time now. And how is it running? How are they coming up with their freebies? Well, they are giving no governance, no jobs, no nothing. And like I said initially only, numbers is something that if you analyze by, the numbers of the BJP economic advisors, you'll find that one person will say that the country is going to grow at a rate of 11%, another will say 7%, someone will say 6%. So let's not shoot off numbers, because people understand jobs, people understand help that comes to them, because they are paying taxes, and they are paying taxes all through the day, whether they buy a soap, whether they are filing their returns. And when they are doing that, it is the responsibility of the government. And let me give you one example. As far as the UPA government is concerned, Manrega, which the Prime Minister obviously made fun of, but they did accept the fact that during Corona, it really helped them. So it is for us to find the resources. We will do that. And that is a promise that we made to the people and the country. When one last point, when the country got freedom At that time, there was not even a needle which was being manufactured here. What happened? We made so much that today the Prime Minister buys 8,500 crore worth of 2 airplanes. He goes makes a magnificent home during Corona.
I think the most potent point that you made
on Karnataka,
yes, the most potent point that you made was on the hill state of Uttarakhand, and you're right in pointing out that the hill state of Uttarakhand, because of various factors including COVID, has not done very well on various economic metrics. Shehzad, the hill state of Uttarakhand has given similar kind of benefits.
You know, Anusha, anybody who has done even 11th standard in economics would tell you that debt by itself doesn't make sense. You have to compare debt with the ratio of the GSDP. Right?
Yeah.
So debt to GDP is what you calculate. And therefore, if you see on that matrix, the BJP governments across the board double the GSDP of the state or the country. And this is a performance that they do. Yes, the debt will also increase, but you don't see it in absolute figures. And let me give you another example. I did not know Mr. Chidambaram had joined the BJP. He himself is praising the BJP for fiscal management. But having said that, let's come to unemployment, because that's the point. One second, no, ma'am, I did not interrupt you. No, Ansha, I heard her out. I heard her out patiently. Ansha, this is absolutely uncalled for. Uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled for. I will raise my voice. This is not acceptable.
You don't have to. Make your point. Yes.
Let's go to unemployment. The CMI figures that they quote, I don't like CMI, but because they quote it randomly. The unemployment rate of Gujarat, 1.5%. Uttar Pradesh, 3%. Uttarakhand, less than 3%. Assam, less than 4%. And let's take the states of Congress. Rajasthan, over 20%. Bihar, over 10%. No, this is the fact. Let's one second on unemployment.
Sujata ji, please.
Firstly, on unemployment.
Can I just have Shehzad right now? I have last 30 seconds on the show. I've taken closing comments from you, Sujata ji. Shehzad, 30 seconds.
Now I challenge, because by the way, Rahul Gandhi said rear view mein gaadi nahi chalani chahiye. But she went back right up to Nehru. Tell me 1 year of the Congress party where the GDP...
That's all the time. That's all the time that I have. And as I said at the opening of the debate, indeed, there is a promise of welfare state in Indian democracy, but fiscal prudence should not be completely overlooked by the parties. Let's see how the hill state of Himachal Pradesh manages this crisis. And it seems like that the Chief Minister says that there's some work done to that end. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Brass Tacks. Thank you so much for watching.